Hey girl, hey. Hey boy, hey. Come on in here. Come on in the building. Hey Tamelia. Hey girl, hey. Hey boy, hey. I guess I need to send this on over to the Twitter. Hey, what's up, Wix Nola? Crystal Cephas, Tanny Joy. Let me send this over here to this Twitter. I'm gonna show you where I used to live.
I don't know where you used to live.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Oh. We cooked up there, you remember?
Oh, that's right.
A shame.
I forgot.
A shame.
I thought I met you after that, but that's right. That's right. That's right.
A mess.
Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Yes, I just dropped off the Black Golden Girls. We just dropped them off. And when I tell you, Jack came to my house so that she could follow me. So she could get in the car with me because I knew it was going to be some bullshit over there at that attitude. I called this video Tuesday Tudes because, already the universe is trying to give me an attitude. Sir, ma'am, turn if you're going to turn. So we pulling into the airport. And I don't know if this girl had just learned to drive, but she had her hands at like 11 and 1. Not 10 and 2, but it was more like 11 and 1. And I was like, girl, if you don't get out of the way, like which lane are you going to occupy? Because she was riding down the middle of the dashes, the lines on the road. So at any rate, she finally, I get past her. I pulled downstairs at the airport. And they don't do wheelchair accessibility down there. I am exhausted. Do you hear me? Exhausted. 3 syllables. They don't do wheelchair access downstairs. So I have to get back onto the broomstick, drive out of the airport, come back around just so I could go upstairs because they don't have wheelchair access downstairs. Now, my thing is, Atlanta Airport is the busiest airport in the world. The busiest in the world. You mean to tell me that this airport is not sophisticated enough that you have some wheelchair attendants up and downstairs? That just makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And so then I pulled upstairs, and the reason that I brought Jack with me, I'm glad she offered to come, because I had to literally sit. You know how when you pull up to the airport, they don't allow you to sit and wait? So Jack jumped in the driver's seat, and I had to go in to ask for the wheelchairs. I literally had to, yeah, they operate like they just started doing this. I literally had to go over to the counter. I checked, because they had so many gifts to go back home. So we were able, Elliot gave them a luggage to take, to pack everything up, because they came down with carry-on bags. So we packed everything last night, all of the gifts, all of that stuff. Elliot, the bag was 45 pounds. And they packed everything in there last night. And then I walked up to the counter while we were waiting for the wheelchair. I said, hey, can I check this bag? And I said, we also need 2 wheelchairs, because Gloria wanted a wheelchair too. So then that way she had to do no whole bunch of work in terms of carrying the carry-on bags, right? So there was like a 20-minute wait for wheelchairs. They're like, oh yes, sir, we don't have any wheelchairs available. It was like 8 attendants, you know, the wheelchair attendants that push the chairs. It was like 8 of them. And where is he going with this lawnmower across the middle of the street? But it was like 8 wheelchair attendants waiting because there were no wheelchairs. And they were like, oh yeah, we're just waiting for wheelchairs to come back. I'm like, oh my God, you mean to tell me this is the busiest airport in the world, and you all don't have any wheelchairs? Like, this is insane. So that was the second thing, because the first thing was the girl getting on my way. They were in first class, so I don't know what the problem was. So at any rate, what I was going to say next was, then I go to the post office because I had some books to ship out. I had some orders to ship out because the people do still purchase books over at CraigTheWriterStewart.com. Amen. So I had some books to ship out. And when I tell you, I get into the post office, there's a white woman. She's standing so close on my shoulder, she could have smelled my cologne on my neck. And you know how you do like this, and you kind of look over your shoulder as if to say, girl, right, to give them the cue, but you know, you got to know how to read the room. And black folks, we typically read the room similarly. Like if I had turned around and looked at Jack, she probably would have got the hint. Oh, I'm probably standing too close to him. She's standing there all close to me. And so I step up a step or two. This bitch steps up with me. It's just like when I'm in my car. And you know, like somebody pull up too close to you and you inch up a little bit because you don't want them all up on you. Then they inch up too. So I finally, you know, the lady called me next. I go up to the counter. I set the books up on the counter that I'm shipping out. She's still right behind me. Girl, ma'am, it's not your turn. So then I forgot to sign where the books were going to, right? So the lady at the counter, the post office worker, was like, oh, you have to put the address. I said, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to do it, right? So I stepped to the side, so the white lady comes up, and so she's, you know, doing whatever she's doing. Do you know this lady's trying to stand beside me while I'm trying to? I just looked at her. Then she's gonna say, excuse me, sir, do you have a pen? Girl, they over there. They over there. And I'm just like, girl, why are you standing so close to me? I never said anything because it was one of those things. Marcellus, yours is one of the orders that I just shipped out for your sister-in-law, I think you said. So I just shipped those. You should have gotten your email confirmation that they were shipped. So anyway, I was like, let me get up out of here. But then I'm wondering, maybe I'm just being a little snarky because I'm hungry. Amen? Maybe because I'm hungry. I have some Patreon that I need to load up for you guys. I did some last night, but I have to do some more. I have some more, but I just been kind of backed up with my family. And I was just telling Jack, when I dropped them off, I was feeling a little sad. And like Gloria, she's so damn emotional. And it's like she like hugs and stuff like that. But it's like she won't look at you when she hugging you because she gonna break down and cry because she already tearing the fuck up, right? Already tearing the fuck up. And so she's tearing up, so she's trying to not make eye contact because she's gonna really go in. So I'm hugging her, and then I'm hugging my mother, and I'm trying to tip the baggage people. I'm trying to tip the guy pushing the wheelchairs, and I'm trying to push, and I'm trying to give my mother cash to tip the people who's gonna do the wheelchair when they get to Baltimore. And then I'm giving Gloria the money for the transportation for when they leave the airport to go home. So I'm trying to make change for the guy that's gonna push the wheelchair. So anyway, I feel like I got kids and I'm giving them lunch money and allowance. So anyway, I hug them, say, all right, so they're all right, well, we'll see you next time. And the way that they say it, it makes me want to be like, oh, y'all just come back next month. Yes. Thank you, Kiki. But it almost makes me want to be like, well, y'all can come back next month. But like I was telling Look, here go Marcellus. When they get to come back again? So I told them, I said, well, I'll come up there next month. Not next month, July. I said, I'll come up in July. And then Gloria said, all right, well, I guess I'll see y'all about August. And so I said, well, girl, maybe I'll let y'all come. I said, maybe when I come up in July, y'all can just fly back with me when I come up in July. Why is this ass? Yeah, that was them. These motherfuckers, all this drag racing and shit. And then when y'all flip over in these cars and shit, or kill some innocent bystander, or somebody driving in their car trying to get to work, y'all gonna be looking crazy. But at any rate, so yeah, so that was that. So anyway, but I always get a little sad, I was telling Jack, because oh, y'all shaking quite a bit. This road's so nasty and bumpy. So we like when they come visit. I was telling Jack, I like when they come visit too, but it's just a lot of work for me because then I can't work. I don't get to do lives. I mean, of course I do lives with them with y'all on there, but I'm so busy during the day with them doing stuff, finding food, taking them somewhere to eat, or running to get a pedicure, or setting up facials, or taking them to go in and get a massage. 9 o'clock roll around, I ain't got no energy for y'all. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm tired, and fortunately I'm able to capture stuff for Patreon in the moment, and then all I got to do at night is just upload it. And I think some of you that aren't on Patreon think that I just be trying to push y'all over to Patreon. Sure, yes, but it's mostly because by the end of the night, I'm exhausted. But I've been able to capture stuff like when we're in the car, or the food drive, or the shoe giveaway. I'm able to capture that in real time. So it's not like I don't have content to put up. So I can just do it at the end of the day. But it just stops me from doing everything else. Like if I want to film another 8 episodes of telling our stories, I don't have the luxury of doing that because I have them, right? Like today I had a one-on-one. And for the first time, I had to do the one-on-one in my bedroom. Because Gloria, my mother, they were sitting out on my back porch, because they were getting breakfast or something to drink, and have all of them interruptions while I'm. And then also, I'm in the room. Oh my God, this train!
Is this usually a long one?
I don't know, but I can't go around it.
No, not with me in here.
Right. I used to work. I'm gonna tell you a story about the train. So, anyway, when I do a one-on-one, there's nobody in the house with me. Like, it's just me. You know what I mean? Because that's a private time that I do with you. And so, and then I need to be concentrating. I need to be focusing, and I need to be listening to what you're saying. So I couldn't do it in my sitting room where I do the lives and stuff because, again, Gloria's stuff is in there, and they in and out of the house. That train moving. But so anyway, let me tell you this. I used to work for the train system out in LA. Please hit the like, please hit the share, please hit the subscribe button, because that telling our stories will be coming soon. Amen. If you're on Patreon, you already got a little glimpse of the sizzle reel. Amen. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Sorry. So anyway, when I lived in LA, I worked for Metrolink. Those of you that know California, you know Metrolink, right? So I used to work for them, and one of the safety things that we had to do was we had safety training, and a part of that safety training was talking about so many accidents that happen, like at train crossings like this, because there are people who will try to beat the train, like when those arms are coming down and you in a hurry or you don't feel like waiting and you try to go around and that train come by and smack the shit out of your car, or people try to run by and or or people try to run by or walk by or whatever. It's just terrible. It's awful, 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 awful stories. So be mindful. Don't be trying to beat the train. Just wait or just go another direction. But don't do it. But they happen regularly, and I can't remember what the statistics are. But they like so many happen in a single day. Like they happen very, very regularly in a 24-hour period. You don't hear about them on the news because they happen that often. I can't remember. It's like I can't remember. I can't even guess. But it's a lot. See, the train is finished now. But they happen very, very often. And one of the stories, I don't know if I've ever told this story on the live, but one of the stories, there was a girl. She was like 30, a woman. She was like 30, and she was pushing a child in a stroller, and she was approaching the train tracks, and the arms were down, but she was walking, and so she was walking, and she looked, and so she was figuring she's gonna walk across the train tracks and beat the train. Baby, it wasn't until she got on the train tracks and looked down that track, and saw that train was moving at a speed faster than she anticipated, and she pushed the stroller across the tracks. The baby lived, but that train killed her. Can you imagine leaving your house for the day, you going to the grocery store, wherever she was walking from or to, and that train hit her? Can you imagine leaving your house, or a relative leaving the house, or a friend leaving the house that day, and you found out that they got killed, they got hit by a train? I'm like, my God, today. But yeah, it killed her. Then there was another story that they told us in training about a man who was on a horse, and he was by the train track, and he wasn't on the track, he was beside the track. Like, you know how like they have like that gravel and rocks and stuff along on the side of the tracks? Well, he was walking along those. And I guess you know how like when the train crosses like a street, it makes that noise to let you know, like if you're driving, that the train is coming. It always does that when it's crossing like in a city, or it's crossing like a neighborhood or whatever. When I tell you that thing sounded, that horn sounded, and that horse was like, yeah, and it lifted up, and then that wind from the train going by, the force of the wind, it pulled them in, baby, killed the man, the horse. They said blood was everywhere. Like just carnage. They had to shut down the train line for hours. It was delayed for hours because they had to get out there and clean up and investigate and figure out it was a mess. So be really, really careful with these train tracks, and don't be stopping on the train tracks when you at these lights and stuff, because if them arms come down and you stuck, you should always stop before the track or after the track. You don't stop on the track. That's why over there in Hateville, I know sometimes you've heard me fussing at these people when I'm crossing the tracks. And like when I'm crossing the tracks, like there's stop signs on the other side. Those people on those stop signs, they're supposed to wait. They're supposed to yield. The person coming across the tracks has the right of way. But a lot of times people will try to beat you because you coming across the track. It's like, no, you're supposed to wait. Because if that train comes, I can't be sitting on that track because you're trying to go before me. So a lot of times I'm over there cussing people out. But we had a great Mother's Day. I posted the actual Mother's Day Patreon last night. The day before that, I posted Saturday when we did facials at the house. So that was part one of their facials. And I am starving. It is 2 o'clock. I have not eaten one thing. Not a single thing. Not even a juice. And I don't have time to stop right now. We got to get to the house. But yeah, I wanted to kind of fill you. What is going on? Oh, I can get around. I wanted to kind of fill you guys in on what's been going on. That's why I haven't been going live. I think I mentioned the other day that I'm going to start having Oliver follow me about 8 times a month. I'm going to have him video and follow me about 8 times a month, so that I can have a different look on my Patreon. It's specifically for my Patreon stuff, content that I'm going to put out. The telling our stories stuff, I'm really kind of conflicted right now with whether or not I'm going to just release it on my YouTube channel, or if I'm going to shop it to some streaming services and or networks. I've already started pitching it. I've already started sending it out. If you're on my Patreon, you already know that. You already know who I've been talking to. But I'm really excited about it and almost anxious for you to see it. Those of you that are on Patreon, you did see some, the sizzle reel. I wanted to share that with you guys, but I don't want to release it yet because I don't know what's going to happen with it just yet. But my spirit is kind of leading me to go ahead and just release it to you guys. Because, yes, wide and low. Wide and low. I know Mecca's on Patreon if she's talking about wide and low. I want to go ahead and release it because my spirit is telling me to do just like I did with my books. Don't wait for a network to give you permission to do your work, to share your content, your creativity. And then part of me is just like, well, no, maybe you should try to expand it, so it's a broader audience. But I'll see. I'm gonna keep praying on it, and until I come to a decision about it. But my goal, if I do share it on YouTube, is I'm gonna release it the first Monday in June because I want to carry it. I want to carry us through the summer, so you have episodes through June and July. So the episodes were released every Monday, starting the first Monday in June, whatever date that is, at 9 p.m. It will be 9 p.m. every Monday until the last episode. So it would take us through the summer. And then I'll be ready to film the next batch in September, October time. So I'm also kind of thinking about like how Issa Rae did. Like Issa Rae, she created her stuff professionally, like television, and just released it on her YouTube channel. She did it just like a TV show. I think her show was released like on Tuesdays or Wednesdays or something, Awkward Black Girl, which ultimately became Insecure. And so I'm thinking I could just create my own content, just keep doing it like that. And then when a streaming service and network come, I bust them over the head with a six, 7-figure offer. Go, no, I'm gonna need $3 million, and then I'll create 3 different projects for y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of thinking I just do like that. But I would be counting on you guys. I would really, really, really be counting on you guys to really watch the content and to really share it. More importantly, to share the episodes, because I would want each of these episodes to have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views each. Like I want these episodes to go viral, because what I want you guys to understand, and I was thinking about this as I was writing, because like I said, I've already started pitching it. When I wrote up not the intention, but when I wrote up like the purpose of the show or the description of the show, what I said in it is, these series of conversations, it really is for Black people as a whole. Now, that doesn't mean that the content is only going to contain Black folks in it, because I do want to have a conversation. Like Telling Our Stories is the series, is the name of the series. But this first season is a conversation with Black queer men and women. But the next season of Telling Our Stories may be a conversation with trans women and cisgender women. And so some of those trans women may be white, some of them may be Black, whatever. And then some of it may be another season may be Telling Our Stories, a conversation with Black gay men and Black straight men. So that's my idea. So it's really like a conversation where, or a conversation with queer people and their parents, but I want to have like different views. It can't just be parents who are okay with their children being queer. It can't just be black women that are okay with gay men. I need some black women in there that like, I don't fuck with it. That shit is wrong. Like I need a variety. I want that kind of dialogue to be in there because I really want it to be, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I really want it to be that kind of a thing. So like, I want these conversations to be so big. And again, I've created it, but I'm relying on you guys to share it. Especially with if I'm gonna release it for free on YouTube, I need you guys to share it, put it on your Twitter, put it on your Instagram, put it on your timeline on Facebook. Text the links to the YouTube channel to your friends, your family, your coworkers. Like I need this to be a conversation piece in the zeitgeist. You know what I mean? Like I need it to be just like we talk about The View and the Shade Room. I need the world to be talking about telling our stories. You know what I mean? Like I need it to be big like that. And then for these people to come to me and be like, we love what you've done with this, and like we want to take this to the next level, you know. But I want to continue this business model of filming it in my backyard as long as the weather is great, because then if and when it is picked up by a major streaming service or network, it would be a thing where they start paying me for location fee. I'm gonna need you to pay me a location fee. You know what I'm saying? I get a check for a location fee and all of the other things. But so anyway, I wanted to fill you guys in on that. But anyway, I'm at home. I got some stuff I gotta do right now. So listen, I wanted to touch base with you. But yes, Oprah is in her backyard, and you better believe that they paying her location fee. Anna Fee is the host. Anna Fee is the creator. Anna Fee is the executive producer. I'm gonna need all them checks. Amen. And then when we really start doing our giveaways and give backs, we can really do some major stuff. I think the stuff that we're doing now is awesome too. But like the shoe drives that we do and all that kind of stuff. But then and I really want to look into starting a 501c3. After we did our shoe drive on Saturday, we all went to breakfast, and I was saying to them at the table that I really think that it's probably time for me to start a 501c3. But at any rate, you guys have an amazing day. Today is what, Tuesday? Mm-hmm. Have an amazing day. I will be in New Orleans tomorrow, so I will definitely be giving you some Patreon. I don't really know if I'm going to be doing any lives while I'm in New Orleans. I will upload some content, but I'm definitely going to be giving you some Patreon, okay? Have an amazing day. Talk to you soon. Bye.